Originally, when I used a personal chef, it was right after my husband and I got married, and we were both working full-time, and we had other activities outside of work that we enjoyed doing, and meal times became very stressful. It gave my husband and I time to just pull something out of the refrigerator that was already prepared. We just had to heat it up, and we could sit down and just talk to each other during dinner rather than worrying about what the next course was or when meals would be ready on the table. He buys all the fruit and vegetables, the meat, and has all of the necessary spices and things that I probably would never have even purchased, and puts together a plan of meals for me for, say, a 5-day period. What I have found in terms of expense is I'm noticing on television a lot commercials about the amount of food that an average family throws away in a week or a month or a year. And I took a look at it and found we were doing the same thing. So the biggest thing for me in terms of the cost is I know I'm going to eat all of the food that I'm paying for. Ultimately, what I spend over a week or 5 days for 3 meals a day is far less than if I was going out. My initial relationship with Wes was when I chose to go on the HCG diet. When I was initially on the diet, I was doing the cooking for myself, and unfortunately, because of time constraints, it got very boring. When I found Wes, he was able to provide so much variety and introduce things that I may not have cooked for myself. And it allowed me to lose 72 pounds. We did it over 3 different periods of time, and it was very successful for me. I was very pleased. The HCG diet generally lasts, for me, it was 40 days at a time. Wes made it so that 40 days went by quickly, and I was able to continue with my weight losses and see dramatic results at the end of the 40 days, so that I wasn't discouraged. I never became complacent about it. The foods were always delicious and yet still within those guidelines. I would finish the 40 days really happy with the success that we had had, but then knowing that after a period of time, say 6 to 8 weeks, we could do it again, and I would be looking forward to the meals that Wes would prepare for me because I knew it was a successful program with he and I working together. The nice thing about working with Wes is he is a wonderful guy. Wes is very good about keeping in touch with his clients in terms of if there are foods that they don't particularly like, he'll make sure that they don't show up on your menu again. If there's something that you really like, then he'll make sure that you can have it as often as the guidelines suggest. And he's good about trying new things. Every once in a while, I'll even find a recipe that looks interesting to me. And Wes may not prepare it exactly the way the recipe states, but he'll find a variation of his own and make it even more exciting and more interesting and sometimes more flavorful. He really tries very hard to please, and he's just a wonderful friend too.